Hey guys and girls, and welcome back to Greatest Good Tarot. I hope you're doing well and keeping out of mischief. Yes, I know. 2 in 1 day. Shocking. Well, it's mainly because if you... it's more... We talked about it in the last videos, but basically our indoors is now was made redundant yesterday morning with no warning whatsoever. It came from left field. Everyone was made redundant. The company is closed immediately. That kind of stuff. We've used the government.gov thingybob website to realise how pitiful the redundancy package will probably be. We've got to milk the YouTube pennies, baby. We've got to try and do something. But this came up on my news feed, and I'm shocked I've missed it before the previous reading. And you may notice also the previous reading looked very dark when the sun was coming through and stuff like that. It was really bleached out and stuff. And I only noticed it after I recorded it. The same lights are on. I always use the same light. Why would I turn lights off for no good reason? It makes no sense. But it just looked really dark as it was uploading. I was like, what's going on? Anyway, Campbell soup. If you don't know what's going on about Campbell soup, a vice president of the company was recorded. The recording at this meeting or call or whatever, the Zoom thing, was leaked by a disgruntled ex-employee, and all hell is breaking loose for Campbell's. Choice remarks by the VP. My personal highlights, and there are some sweary words in the original. Go and check it out. But my choice comments were, it is crap food for crap people. And he didn't say, he said the naughty word. He said the bad word. He said the clutchy of pearls word. He also said something along the lines of, why would I eat, it's fake meat. Why would I eat meat from a 3D printer? Interesting, fun. Now, lovely. So what is going to go on with Campbell's? Is this the new Bud Light? What is going on for the greatest good for all concerned? Thank you. Always be appreciative. Yes. The fact that you can... This is the bit I can't understand. If you know it's fake food and fake meat, okay, if it's like chicken soup, the banging one, the one that we buy, and not anymore. I tell you now, the reason why we buy it, because once a week we have like ravioli, the fresh stuff kind of thing, a quick meal kind of thing, for reasons and stuff like that. For where her indoors goes out for a night, pretend they have friends, and then come back. No, I'm being mean. They're having a harsh week. Don't worry about it. But the point is that we have ravioli, and instead of spending, what is it, $1.90 or something for like the pasta sauce in the plastic crap, yeah, in the fresh section, we would normally use and have used for many a year the Campbell's soup as a nice, because one, it's cheaper, and two, it's just tastier, it's nicer and stuff like that. So yeah, slight vested interest in this. Let's have a look at what's going to go on here. And if you're new, come and subscribe, dingling that bell. Come and join the Greatest Good Village, because it takes a village to support everybody, and that is what we do. So, temperance. There's more to come. This is going to be a drip, 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 drip. It feels like. I'm being told to kind of like, hold your horses, Sonny Jim. Who's Jim? Who knows? Hold on. There's, have faith in the situation. For the new boys and girls, the unknown card is leaning into the faith of the situation. So patience and have some faith in the situation. The moon card is coming off a bit squiffy. King of Pentacles. I'm kind of getting Seven of Cups in reverse, kind of overthinking it, over kind of too much. Everything, like, I don't want to say a lie necessarily, but it's just this feels like Campbell. This feels like you and me, this side, okay? So, especially with the King of Pentacles here, who is the accountant of the deck for me, but it normally that would be not necessarily about money, but wealth and value to think. This is really just about money. It's all about money. Right. King of Swords. This is the data, the information, the leak of the video. There's more to come, it seems like here. There's I'm seeing documents, I'm seeing PDFs, emails, that sort of thing. Yeah, it's like more drip, drip, drip kind of energy here. Hermit. Interesting, this is the center of the reading. Hermit card is ooh. This feels like faith in the situation. This is going to sort itself out and that kind of thing. And like pressure and people are going to like find themselves unemployed and that kind of thing. Right. Okay. Hermit is more, which is unlike the Hermit card, more plotting, planning, scheming. Taking a beat, taking a moment. How can we spin this? How to this side? That kind of thing. Victory, success. This is going to be, notice it's this side. Yeah. The connection with the business. They're going to win out here. In the sense of the spin. It's not going to get like airtime. It's the timing of it, I think, is the main issue here with the Hermit. It's like if we just take a beat, take a moment, like in the UK, the budget, that's going to take up all the airtime. If you take a beat, take a moment, by the end of the week, we've predicted that there's going to be something involving assets and Starmer and questions about money or something. Like Friday, Saturday kind of weekend time this week. If we just bide our time, it's going to be all right. Two of Cups. Seven of Wands. Oh, but it's... So they think they're going to be on a winning formula here. All of a sudden, it's going to be defending their ground again. It's... The energy I'm getting here is very much... Oh, like the anger has passed. They've been distracted. The minions have been distracted by many other things and shiny and glittery and all that kind of stuff. Oh, we can rest easy now. And then bam. This Two of Cups here feels like taking this data, some sort of... it feels legal. Even though the Justice card isn't out, it just... Or even though the swords are up here, this feels very much kind of teaming up with a legal team. Teaming up with maybe kind of like a food authority, kind of someone who does oversight in this area, that kind of thing. Whatever this is here, it brings it back into focus again. This reassurance is short-lived because suddenly they're defending themselves. The Seven of Wands, Empress. Notice the moth is looking in this direction, overpowering this. So they're going to get their comeuppance. This is a Bud Light situation all over again. It's got the energy of that. The stock market, like price plummeting, no one buying product, no one like was it Arla? The milk? That's still going on from what I can see in my local supermarket when I pop in, and all that jazz. That's just been left. Not as much as it once was, I have to say, but it seems to like they're people sticking to their guns kind of principally. But the Empress here is surrounded by the fruits of their labor, the harvest. What does that really mean? It's the skills, mindset, knowledge-based understanding, concepts, ideas, connections with friends and family, driving license, GCSE, A-level, O-level, blah, 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 everything you've accumulated over the years. So this Empress feels disconnected from the leaker, as it were, disconnected from this feels like you and me, empowered, in the zone, taking our control back. Yeah? and looking at their response. And because of that response, it's like, nah. Overarching energy. Hawk Lady, the Nine of Pentacles. Finally, we're putting our money where our mouth is, as it were. We're quite literally voting with our wallet, which finally, thankfully, this is the Garden of Eden, what we want to build, what we want to grow. Why are you putting like bio meat in? You know, I don't know, meat is bio, but like bio-engineered meat instead of chicken, you know, and stuff like that. Why? This is not what we want. We're paying a premium for your product, especially here in the UK, for your product, because it has got supposed quality, and it turns out it's not even worth that. Yeah? It's that kind of thing. I think connected to this feels like it's going to go a little bit wider as well. It's like, especially because it's a quote-unquote premium brand, a smaller tin, paying more for it. Well, if you're doing that in that can, what is Sainsbury's, Tesco, name whatever supermarket you want, doing with their own brand stuff? Not the white label, like right at the bottom, but like they're like chicken soup by Sainsbury's. That kind of thing. It's like, what, you know what I mean? It's that kind of, especially for like, as an example, 60p compared to £1, whatever. Yeah, it's what is going on here? Underlying energy, 8 of Cups. We're on a journey, people. This is a continuation of the Arla thing, a continuation of the the chemicals and that kind of stuff, and why aren't we having pure foods, and why you're rushing to a profit margin and all that kind of stuff instead of integrity and that kind of thing. This is what we're here for, especially with the Empress at the bottom here, you and me. That I'm very excited by. So if you're new here, what we now do is do a bit of gossip in the middle, get a little bit more insight to the situation. This is a snapshot, the foundation of now. And then at the end, we have an outcome. All right. So let's just do the snapshot of now. Well, we've done that bit. Sorry. I'm just so excited trying to reach for cards. And what we also do on this channel is, all the shuffling is done raw. You see it all, okay? So you see the working as if it's like a math test. Because then that way you know that I can't manipulate it. I'm not sliding cards in the situation. I'm not putting it in the wrong direction and all that malarkey. It's just we're all seeing it together at the same time. That is also why we don't edit, which is a menace as well as a blessing. However, while we're doing this, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, ding that bell. Please likey thumb. That generally helps out the channel as well as if you get the option, depending on what device you're on, blah, 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 to hype. It really helps the algorithm by bribery, and it really helps us out. And I'm very, thankful for that. Thank you. It's just, if you really like the channel, and I really should push this a little bit more, surprisingly, I don't. But now we're like crunching numbers and like realizing we're a bit short of going to the farm and the homestead or the small holding or whatever you want to call it. We're a bit off because we weren't prepared for what's just happened on Monday morning, because it just came from nowhere. If you would like to support the channel, please come and join the elite members here on YouTube. You get additional readings every week. There is no quota on them, mainly because I want them to have, quality, integrity. I'm not spamming out videos willy-nilly just to make up a quota. That's the biggest thing there. And we've got a reasonable amount of lovely people in the Village Elites over there. So thank you very much for everybody there. Just for a bit of fun, and it genuinely is a bit of fun, because you have a choice of how much you want to spend or pay to access. Everyone gets the same access. If everyone subscribed, subscribed at the £5 level, we would have enough, not only with what we've saved over the years and stuff like that for our nest egg, not only would we have enough to put a deposit down for the farm, we would have a bit of a nest egg to actually invest in the things that we want to show and do on the farm and be totally off grid and blah, blah, blah and stuff like that. Build the well, etc. Yeah. To get the basics done and get some chickens in and all that malarkey. So it's like back of envelope, laughing along. There may have been a little bit of tipple, a little drink of poos yesterday to kind of try and have a bit of fun. And that was, there was multiple random facts of stupidness that we came up with, and that was one of them. It was like, if everyone signed up at £5, even just for 1 month, we would have enough. Obviously, YouTube takes their 30%, but we could go and do that, and everyone's saved. Yay! But yes, fun times, everybody. Fun times. One more, I've been told, and then we're done. Here we go. So I hope everybody is safe, whatever's going on, because I genuinely did not see this coming, what's happened to us. So, and like I said in the previous reading, is like the reading I had done, we've had other personal issue going on, which was like tick. Yes, I predicted that. And I kind of had got the energy of, and then the budget, which is, and then we kind of get sorted and stuff like that. So her indoors situation, completely left field. It was like, what on earth is going on since I did the reading? So yeah, food shortage with the temperance card here. Kind of hold on, Timothy, kind of the Jimmy, wasn't it? Oh, who's Timothy now? What the hell? But it's this, I think what I'm getting from that is the quality of food, actual food. It's not what I'm getting so far at the moment, like an empty pantry. I'm getting more the realization of what is sold as food isn't food in places that you would think were, like chicken soup. Yeah? That's the sort of energy I'm getting there. The unknown, the faith in the situation, new rules, new policy. Yes! Beautiful. Now we're talking. The pressure, having faith in the situation, this realization that there's been this lie. And even like, because it's also, if you're selling it at a price, whatever the price is, and you're selling it as like lying to the consumer, saying that this is chicken, and it turns out not to be, what then it's like, why are you then like price gouging and stuff like that? That's the sort of elements that I'm getting here from that. So that, like, while Rachel Reeves is focusing on sugars and stuff like that, which I question personally, now getting to the point where it's like milkshakes and all that kind of stuff. No matter if it brings the boys to the yard or not, she's going after the milkshakes. But it's this blind eye to everything else, this corruption of food, if you get me. Claiming one thing, photograph on the box of one thing, that kind of thing, but it turns out it's that kind of energy, which I'm grateful for. That having the faith in the situation, chef kiss, I'm glad that's come up. Moon card, offering. This is the spin. Even though we've got the moon card here, where it, like I said, it feels like almost like an illusion, kind of like Seven of Cups in reverse energy, kind of like overthinking, kind of crippled by it, that kind of energy. There is this kind of spin. Oh, we'll do this now. We'll do at least this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 and stuff like that. King of Pentacles. Social media, not enough. Spreading. This feels like a wildfire spread. Yeah? King of Swords. Collapse. So society collapse. This is bigger than just this. Like I said, this drip, drip, drip energy that I'm getting. More data, more stuff. What's Nestle doing, as an example? That's just a random name I picked out from nowhere, but the big boys and girls of the piece. What's Sainsbury's doing? What's Tesco doing? People, especially with this, looking into more and more and more. Arla, for example. That kind of thing. Wasn't it Denmark with Arla? All that kind of that drug to stop the cows from farting, which is basically all this is all about. I'm sure it was Denmark that's finally said, no, you don't have to do it. It's your personal choice as a farmer. It's your product. It's your thing. If you don't want it, you don't want it, kind of thing. But no one picked up on it. And I think that was a week or two ago, which is kind of reminding me of this here, what we were talking about, because people are not talking about it. They think they've got away with it. Hermit card, corrupt dealings. Exactly. 6 of Wands. Right, pressure is on. They think they've won. It's not. People are now double backing. This feels like a week or two after the main issues have been dealt with. What's more of a priority as society have been dealt with. If you so like the budget, how we're, leadership challenges, more leaks, more pressure, that kind of thing. They think they get away with it. And then once that's been resolved, we all double back. Eyes back to this. 2 of Cups. Solution to the problem. Exactly. Whatever this team, it doesn't feel like one-on-one. It feels like a team of legal people or oversight. Solution to the problem. This is what we're going to do here, lads. That kind of stuff. Naming and shaming. That kind of thing. 7 of Wands. For the greater good. Oh, but if we don't do this, they're defending their ground with this greater good, by the way. If we don't do this, we don't do that, there'll be starvation and there'll be this and there'll be that and threatening and stupidity-doo and stuff and reasons and malarkey and all that kind of stuff. But the greater good is, it doesn't resonate. This card, greater good, feels like more spin to cover. Yeah? Because the pressure's on. The greater good here feels as if it's almost like in reverse. It's kind of a BS. So there's enough chicken. There's millions of chicken being grown and nurtured and all that kind of stuff and all that. There's enough chicken in the system. You could do it properly. You have chosen to go over to this kind of 3D printed chicken. And I'm just quoting what he said. And now it's like, nah. Why are you all the chemicals involved to do this, to grow fake food, fake meat? Nah, nah. That's the only thing I can say to it is nah. That's all I'm being told. Nah. The Empress at the end here returns to normal. Exactly. Notice how many times that card has come up if you've been watching for the last couple of weeks. It keeps coming up. The returns to normal. Yeah. All these experts are slapped. Sit down. Shut up. We don't care. We want quality. We want integrity. We want normality. How it used to be. This is ridiculous. And you've been paid and you've gotten away with it for all these years. And it's reached peak BS. The similar energy. And I'll put this on the record because it's like history repeating itself. So if you remember back, BC, before COVID, if you go back then, it still makes me chuckle. I'm very sad. Before COVID, there was this huge question mark over and rejection of experts, and then suddenly when COVID became a thing, suddenly we were all pressured and pushed into worshipping at the altar of experts. Everything was experts. The experts say this, that, and the other, blah, 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 models, that kind of thing. Which brings me quickly, and there's a little asterisk, bear with me, which brings me to the Boris thing that I haven't mentioned about the part 1 of whatever the COVID inquiry is going to be, the first report from it. For 200 million, you would expect at least to have pictures as well. But, however, I digress. We all know, we all lived it. Okay, we all lived it. Next slide, please. Yeah? I think some of you just just had shivers down your spine. Next slide, please. Some of you are like PTSD is like kicking in a little bit. Oh no, not Chris Whitty again. Oh God. But remember, we were following the science. Yeah? All of it. We're basing it on science. We're following the science. Next slide, please. We're doing all that. We lived it. We saw it every flipping day. And no one questioned it. No media stood up for it. No, anyone who questioned it was cancelled, basically, and thrown out and ruined. And now all of a sudden, the report says it's Boris Johnson's fault. Now, he's a bit of a buffoon, right? And sometimes he's quite entertaining in a buffoonery sort of way. It brings lightheartedness to the situation to some extent, which is sometimes necessary. You may have noticed on this channel. However, next slide, please. We're following the science. The models say we're doing this because of science. Experts. So I'm calling BS on blaming Boris. I'm not a fan of him. I chuckle at some of his jokes, but basically that is what I'm saying. And this is exactly the similar situation here, where people are now questioning the motives of experts, like projecting, crowning experts in their fields to sell a book or to do a talk or whatever. Experts. Next slide, please. Sorry, I finished my rant. Overarching energy, control puppet. Exactly. Just protecting the norm, their norm. We don't want it anymore. Returning to normal, rejection. Underlying energy, acting, urgent, act now. This feels like what they feel like they're doing. Yeah. Yes, they've got the hermit. Shut up, sit down. Almost, I'm getting the energy from Jurassic Park. Don't move. The T-Rex can't see you if you don't move. Kind of energy. Shh. Don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. Don't move. But they've got to. They should be. They should be like calling it out and sorting it out and that kind of stuff. But they're control puppets. They're literally all part of the bigger system that this seems to be collapsing over here. There is no food. The food is a lie. Yeah? Which is part of the reason why internationally they're trying to cripple farmers left, right and centre. We can grow it now. We don't, quite literally, we don't need you anymore. Let's just pressure you out of your business. Yeah? We can do it with science. So their society collapses because of truth, because you're lying to us. More people jump on the bandwagon. Things return to normal. Right, outcome. Let's get to the outcome. I'm liking this. Can you tell? I'm liking this. Yeah. It's interesting because I'm sitting here. And obviously you weren't there because I thought otherwise that would be weird. Because of the left field, all the staff were made redundant at the same time yesterday and that kind of thing. And they were all sent home and they're like, well, what do we do we do now? It's a bit kind of, So after they kind of had to do the legal stuff, tell the job centre so they got that date, that we've been made redundant today, blah, 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 that kind of thing. Checking out the Gov website to work out roughly how much they're going to... It's pitiful. That on the calculator, redundancy calculator thing there, it's just maddening. And they're just after that, it was lunchtime. and everyone's twiddling their thumbs. So we all went round their house, one of the houses, and were shooting the breeze and that kind of thing. And a lot of this here was what I was saying to some of those people. It's like, and I say on the channel as well, is like, you need to know the destination before you can make a decision. It's very easy to do a knee-jerk reactor and that kind of thing. But if you don't know where your goal is, where your mission is, where your happily ever after is, which for long time viewers here would know that Erin Dawes and I are heading towards the homestead, small holding, farm, whatever you want to call it. And have chickens and bees and goats and pigs and grow our own fruit and veg and that kind of stuff, and very much off-grid kind of existence, which we're pretty much here, completely off-grid. So it's just an extension of what we've already built kind of thing. So every decision, and I said to them, once you know what that is, you can then work backwards. If you work backwards, so how do I get to that destination, and work back, eventually you'll get to where you are today. And then you've got a path to exactly how you get there. So it's very interesting that similar what I've been saying here is reminding me of what was being said yesterday at their little kind of counselling session. After they got the news and after they had to do the basics, and then it's like, now what? So it's the answer, the ultimate answer, if you want, for those who are watching this, right? Because not everyone watches all the videos, right? But if the ultimate answer, the true answer, the real kind of nugget answer is whatever the destination is your perception of freedom. Ultimately, that's what that is. Okay, so whatever you perceive it to be, and be careful of false prophets or celebrities, as most of them call them, right? With the Lamborghinis and all that, like bling bling and all that kind of stuff. That most of that's an illusion and being rented or loaned for certain things. They don't actually own half of that stuff. So what does freedom truly mean for you? That's the key. That's the real destination. Okay? Hope that helps someone. It felt like I needed to explain that bit. So let's go for the outcome here. Rejected. The food is rejected. Food, bunny floppy is. Perfect. 4 of cups there. Death. Excellent. End of this cycle, beginning anew, rebirth, reborn, renewal, new way forward, a new concept, this clever idea of real food. Yeah? Real food. Because it seems very odd that if the farmers aren't making the money, and we're paying a stupid amount of money at the supermarket or the farmer's market's different, but like that kind of thing, the only ones who are really making a profit here is the middle guys, the Campbells and all that kind of stuff, or Nestle or whatever, with fake food. And beautiful. This offering, no, it backstabs, it backfires, it's lovely. They're desperate to hold on for security. Like, this is security blanket for me, the 4 of Pentacles. Hold on for dear life. Nah. Society collapse, putting the work in. Exactly. This is not as severe as it sounds. This is changing the way, going back to how things used to be, of a much more healthier food, a much more real food. This whole science and like getting in the way. And fragrances and flavorings and numbers and all like manipulation. The work has to now be put in to kind of like get back to a proper standard. Corrupt dealings, truth, knowledge, wisdom, clarity. Wonderful. Queen of... She is a knee-jerk reactor. She's also extraordinarily cold and honest. Knee-jerk react, cutting crap out. Love that. The corrupt dealings exposed because she's above the cloud. She can see clearly now. Quite literally, the rain has gone, and she is calling out everything. That's why the water is rising. Pressure is on. New cycle. A new way forward. Upright. It very much feels upright, triumphant, new cycle, new way forward. Notice the big transition we've got here. This is the Garden of Eden we want to build, and it's being implemented. Solution to the problem. This feels as if, as an example, I'm being reminded by the certain type of gangs, the different reports and inquiries over the years, 20 suggestions, 30 suggestions, 18 suggestions, blah, 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 blah. And only a few trying to be implemented. So, which then begs the question, ... who do you work for? As a politician, as a political party, that's what this feels like. So even though the legal team, the watchdog, this partnership here, moving forward, but it's like, we'll only pick up these ones. We'll only pick up the... Go back to traditional time. See what I mean? Returns to normal. Full circle. We start with temperance. Oh, I'm so amazed by that. Start with temperance. We end with temperance. It's going to take some time. This feels very much like, notice all this, but it's going to take time. It's a reminder. And I love that. This feels very much like, just to me, as well as you guys, kind of like, whoa, Jimmy, calm down. It's going to take a little while, but we're going to get there in the end. Overarching King of Pentacles. Again, the industry. This time over here was obviously Campbell, the execs, the board, whatever. This is now the industry, Nestle, others. Yeah, I'm just others, but it's Coca-Cola. That sort of thing. All the industry are now on trial, as it were. Underlying energy, and they're absolutely crapping themselves. Interesting. Very, very nice. I'm liking this. I'm loving this outcome. I'm loving the fact that we are... Notice that, because I've fondled with this, notice that we're not at the Garden of Eden. Hawk Lady hasn't come up again. But we're on the right track. We're going back to a traditional time, a traditional way of doing things, harking back to how real food was. And there's some more, like the temperance, we're not going to be completely there, but it's definitely a good start. Yeah? I'm liking that. I'm really liking that. I am really liking it. And you know why I'm really liking that? I don't know why I'm asking, because you can't reply. Unless it's in the comments, but I'm going to tell you, so it's going to technically be cheating. But it once again illustrates, symbolizes what I keep on bashing on about with Pluto going into Aquarius. And I know half of you have just rolled your eyes and go, oh, for goodness sake, shut up, GG, for goodness sake. But this is the sort of thing, this clearing out of BS, politically, economically. We've just had that in the previous reading. If you take these two readings side by side, if you have today, they are, and this is what has been happening last week and the week before, I think, I really kind of realized what was happening. It's the same story over and over. The details are different, how we get there, but it's the same overall. The people who think they've got away with it haven't. They're going to get their comeuppance, and it's not just the figureheads; it's the minions and the Jobsworths and the yes men and all that kind of. They're all being cleared out, all on the heap, and we're being replaced with going back to traditional stuff, putting the work in, actually doing stuff in the right direction, that kind of thing. Do you see what I'm saying? you can literally choose any reading in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and the same thing is being said, and it's sexy, and that's what it's going back to freedoms. Remember what like we were talking about, yeah? Freedoms, power back to the little guy, you and me. It's small businesses, it's small government, it's small enterprises, and the farming industry and pharma and all that kind of stuff. It's all, and medical, it's all coming back. Instead of centralized, it's distributed. It's back to the locals again. Local representation, local controls. This is what we're talking about. And I love it. I love the fact that it's dawned on me yet again. This is the same thing over again. We're in it, baby. And we've got this, and the real struggle right now is not with us. Okay. This is the important thing to remember. This has got nothing to do with us. Apart from we're manifesting it collectively, looking at Rachel from accounts, looking at the banking industry, looking in to the food industry. It's got technically nothing to do with us apart from we're all manifesting. We want true, honest, credible, honorable change. And we're getting it. But the people right now, why it's so frustratingly horrific in some respects is because the ones that have had control, captured control, want to keep control. They're not willing to give up what they've gleaned. And that is why they're now being bombarded with stuff like this repeatedly. They're being shown up. They're being shown their true colors kind of thing. And they're damaging themselves and their industry even more by doing so. For this cleansing, the light being shone on it, whatever you want to call it, yeah? It's the same thing happening. And and that's what the frustration and the EU don't want to give up control. Yet they're giving out more and more absurd things for their member states or the countries within them to do and to lock down. And they're now all rejecting it, which is phenomenal, and like pushing back and going, no. You're seeing it in Canada. You're seeing it in Australia and New Zealand. You're seeing it in South Africa, from what I can hear, and Bangladesh and India and all so and so forth. Yeah, it's the same thing is happening. The pushback is happening. And that's why I can say with reasonable confidence, because we're seeing it in action, that this cleansing is happening. Things that are scary now are being removed because it's being pushed back to you and me, the little guy. Age of Aquarius. And that's doubled, isn't it? Because we are the age of Aquarius, which is like obviously the hippies from the 60s or 70s, whenever they sung it. We're pretty much in it now. And on top of that, we've got Pluto in Aquarius, which is 25 years of kind of hyper cleansing change. Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of this. And I'm quite excited by it, to be honest with you. Because it's the evidence is like proof in the pudding. It's happening right now. Yeah, the standards that they, even with Labour and things like that here in the UK. This is why I keep on saying that they're playing they're playing the wrong game. The game has changed now. They're playing checkers and we're playing chess. Energetically, it's automatically being rejected because what they would have normally got away with, they can't do anymore. The season has changed. You can't do it. It's like, I suppose the best way of describing it is like trying to plant seeds instead of spring, trying to plant them in fall when everywhere else the leaves are falling and that kind of, or autumn and like are getting ready to hibernate and expecting the daffodil to grow or whatever it may be. Do you see what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. But it's the wrong season now. You can't get away with what you did get away with. Community, beautiful. Thoughts, yeah, that's on the dealings and stuff like that. And the hermit, looking at us. I know, technically looking at the picture, but he's looking at us, you and me, baby, outside of pub. That's what I like to see. Change keeps coming up. Keeps coming up. Overarching energy, official person, underlying it, great fortune. Doesn't have to be wealth, doesn't have to be money. It's values. Yeah? So it's us rejecting. We want true food in this instance. We want quality goods, baby. Official persons is underneath this page of pentacles that we've talked about, holding them to a higher standard. Yeah? It's not a race to the bottom anymore. That's not how you win our favor anymore. It's about honesty and quality and decency and integrity and you know, that kind of thing. So if you don't play the game, you're not in. You're shown up. You're continually shown up until you get the hint or bugger off. Some reason I was thinking of Lammy when I don't know why. I don't know why. But I had the image about Lammy in my noggin while I was talking about showing up again. But anyway, I think we're going to leave this here now. I hope this has helped. I hope this is sexy, and I hope this has inspired you. Remember, destination is your version of freedom. What does that look like? What does that smell, taste like? Write that down so that you can then work on it towards it. Yeah? 9 times out of 10, I'll tell you this now before I, love and sweet kisses and say goodbye. 9 times out of 10, that freedom, whatever that looks like, your destination, your end goal, where you want to be, isn't a 3-bedroom terraced house. It isn't the norm. Yeah. It isn't what is kind of cookie cut, same old. You will have a mortgage. You will have this. You will have that. You're issued 2.4 kids, even though it's 1.4 now, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's not the norm. It's not the same. It is unique. It is special. It is your expression. You see what I'm saying? It's not what is decreed to you. It is what you decree to the universe. Your version of freedom. What does that look like? Anyway, I'm gonna go and get a coffee because I'm a bit thirsty. My dears. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, ding that bell. Come and join the elite villagers here on YouTube, paid members, to get the extra goodies and stuff like that. Hype if you can, comment down below, all the YouTube things. However, until next time where we do this crazy shenanigans all over again, take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.